guys, welcome back. If you joined me in the last video or so, you would have known that I have missed my Cricut, and so like I said in that one, I needed some birthday cards. So I'm going through some punny, cutesy, fun kind of birthday cards, and I hope you'll join me in doing something like this. Doesn't have to be Cricut specific, you can use anything you like, but let's make some birthday cards because I think, well, we all need those. So I have again a very old Cuttlebug folder, and this is the Seeing Spots folder, and my third layer, if you like, I just covered the just ran it through the whole thing. I didn't do you know, I just embossed the whole thing. That's what I'm trying to say. So I ran that through my Sizzix and my Big Shot and got the whole background covered, and I love this folder. This is a good size spot. so I then, for my sentiment, I'm going to use my pink stamper, again very old school, Punnylicious, but I always go back to this thing. If you watch any of my, even the non-Cricut stuff, I use these stamp sets on all of them, or on a lot of them. So we're going to use the Happy Birthday, if you can see where I'm going with this one. And then I have, we'll start with the layers, but I will let you know how we get our little frog guy together in a minute. So I have a standard A2 card, but it measures 11 inches by 4 1/4, folded at 5 1/2. And I think this is, I want to say this is like a crushed curry, maybe. Don't quote me. But I think it's a crushed curry Stampin' Up paper. I have a strip of it here as well, so same colour. Yeah, I think it is the same colour. And then my first layer is going to be just a black piece of textured cardstock. So this is just the next layer down. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll get that stuck flat. And don't forget, your cards do not need to be super complicated. They can be super simple and still give, you know, your friends and family that wow factor. I think it's more about the fact that you've made it, and they will appreciate that. So just getting this stuck on here if I can. I think I folded it a little squonk, but that'll work. And actually we're going to go this way. We're going to make it landscape rather than portrait card. Glad I remembered that. Then my next size down is the embossed piece, and this I think is Berry Burst. I have a lot of like offcuts and panels of pre-cut cardstock, and a lot of it is Stampin' Up. So if I can remember the names of them, I will tell you. I've got to say, Stampin' Up cardstock does cut great in the Cricut, but I am trying, you know me, I'll try anything with any of whatever I'm using. And this one is 5 by 3 3/4, so another 1/4 inch down, and just sticking that on there. I just thought it was an accent colour to the yellows and greens. I love yellow and purple together, and yellow and green together. I think it works really well. And then we have this yellow piece, which, yes, is just going to get stuck on there, and the sentiment is where we'll stamp on this piece, because obviously if we stamp on here, one is quite dark, so you're not going to see it if you stamp in black or dark brown, which is mostly what I would use, and also it's not flat. So when you stamp on a bumpy area or an embossed or textured piece of paper or cardstock, it's not going to give you that clear, crisp image. So that's why I've added this in. I just want to check space-wise where I'm going to be able to have her. So I want her kind of in, I say her, it's probably a boy because it's a king. Hello. Or a prince. Isn't that the story? The prince frog or something? I don't know. So I want to make sure that my sentiment's going to fit there. So I just want to make sure that when I put it on the bottom here, the spacing is going to be right. You could leave the crown separate, so you could leave that off separately, but let's just see if we can get this on. And my camera's also going to die on me in a minute, of course, when I want to bulk do this. So I'm going to leave a little gap at the bottom. Whoops. So just a little gap there, and get that on there. I also put extra adhesive on both these. One, because this is the embossed piece, so make sure you got embossing adhesive all the way around. Wet glue works really well as well. And also this is going onto an embossed piece, so I put extra on there. I'm going to use archival jet black ink for my sentiment, and I'm just going to stamp it in this bottom corner, somewhat straight. Look at that. Not bad, right? Happy birthday. Right, so this little guy comes from Once Upon a Princess. So, you know, I'm making a birthday card, but this is a Once Upon a Princess. It's a princess cartridge. But again, this is an easy cut. That's the pieces, right? So I'm going to grab my wet adhesive again, because why not? Well, I say again, I'm filming one after the other here, so that makes more sense to me probably than it does to you. But I'm going to grab this and show you how easy it is to layer these. So there are little like score marks, and that helps you line up where you need to line your images up. You can also pick it up and just kind of guide it into place before you press it down. So there's that layer. Isn't that cute? Now with this one you need to put the belly on first before you put the little legs on. The front legs at least. And again, there's score lines there to help you guide you where to put the legs. Just going to get some adhesive on there as well. Very, very simple. That's the frog done. And like I say, the crown is separate, so you don't have to put the crown on, but I think I'm going to have to. I think it's just a done deal, really. So, oh, let me just finagle that leg a bit. I squished it a bit. Right, so there's the lily pad and the little frog. So now all we have to do is layer it up. So I'm going to use, if I can find them, my foam adhesive, and you know me, I put like 1,000 of these things on, so hopefully it will go in on fairly quickly. Otherwise, you know, you guys might be here for a year and a half. Right, so I'm going to put him on first, and then I will put the crown on, because I need to raise the crown up at least, English, because we've raised the rest of him up. And because they don't attach together, I'm going to have to kind of eyeball it and line them up with a bit of foam. So let's get this on here. So she, or he, is just going to sit about there. Sorry about that, my camera just died on me. So I added a foam piece just slightly under the top of the head, and then, but sticking out enough, and then just popped that. I lined it up straight against the edge of the frog. That's kind of how it sits. So you could actually put it slightly over In fact, that probably makes more sense. Shall we? Shall we? Let's see. So I've got my little foam piece there. Is that going to make sense? No, that doesn't make sense to me. It probably does make sense, but yeah, for me, I'm just going to leave it there. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. I hope you grab some supplies and make some birthday cards or whatever kind, you know, if there's a specific, like a thank you card or something like that you send out a lot. Birthdays, just, we always need those. So I hope this was fun. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. I love you guys. Thank you for those of you who have already and who continue to come back to my channel. It really does support my channel by doing all those things. So until next time, bye for now.